Okay, we're here to do a quick recap on the 2013 Rams Week 4. They took on San Francisco at home, nationally televised Thursday night game. Both teams came into the game 1-2. Both teams had won the first game, and both teams were struggling in the sense that they both thought they were playoff contenders. They lost two games rather bad, so you knew something was going to happen. Who was going to break? That's all it comes down to. Who's going to break? Someone has to win these games. I mean, this week, they had the game over in London between the winless Vikings and Steelers. Someone has to win. So you would think the Rams would come in. Well, the Rams would come at home, short week, come off this, and say, "We're gonna win this game. We're gonna do this. We're the better team." 49ers are injured. Just to throw in some of their stats: Crabtree out, Mario Manningham out, Patrick Willis did not play. Alden Smith is in rehab. They have a nose tackle. They say he's one of their good players. He's out. So they had a lot of injuries coming into this game. And unfortunately, well, let's look at this. What are the keys to the game for the Rams? Establish your play on defense in the sense that you need to let them know who you are, get physical with them, keep Kaepernick in the pocket, make him pass the ball, make him be a read or progression read QB, not read option, not pistol, but he needs to read. If his first option isn't there, he needs to be able to come down to a second option and beat you. Not one read, not pistol, not him running around the field. Don't let Frank Gore go crazy on you. And on offense, be balanced, get the ball downfield, get a running attack, get the ball into Givens, Austin Cook's hands, and that will be the key to you winning. Now, none of that occurred. Unfortunately, the Rams lost this game. It was a horrible game. They lost this game. They might lose the game 35-11. I don't want to go too much into the stats of the game because they really don't matter. The game was over the whole game. The Rams were down by, after the first quarter, they were down. After the first quarter, they were down the whole game. They just never really were in this game at all. The one touchdown they scored was because the 49ers fumbled the ball late in the fourth quarter. It wasn't because they were actually driving the ball. Let's talk about key plays. The first key play occurred in the first quarter, I believe. Austin Pettis ran a fade, back shoulder, or over the shoulder route. I don't know if you're in the red zone, but he ran this fade route where he faded towards the corner of the end zone. All Bradford had to do was take the ball and throw it, put a little air on it. It's touchdown. He beats the defense. He does everything he's supposed to. It didn't happen. There was a little bit of pressure on him. Bradford folded. He went up throwing a laser, and it was just one step too soon. And the Rams wound up kicking the field goal 3-0. They should have had a touchdown there. That would have changed the game. The next play after that, a next thing, I don't know when it occurred, Bolden wasn't getting off against Jenkins. Jenkins was on him, and he was sort of getting fits. He wasn't able to get open, and he wasn't having a dynamic game. And then at some point, the Niners made the decision, well, we'll put Bolden in the slot. And that way Jenkins won't be on him. Maybe Finnegan will come over. Well, Finnegan did come over, and that's when he got off. Because he wound up scoring a touchdown in the second quarter where he beat Finnegan across the middle and wound up dancing around the sideline for a touchdown. It was an embarrassing performance. And then after that, the next key play occurred because the Rams got the ball in the second quarter. They actually drove the ball. So that's really two drives they had, which is something we didn't even see in the last two games in the first half. And they were driving the ball. It was 3rd and 1. They had no running game in this game. And they went out throwing the ball up to Cook. Now, he threw the ball short. I don't know if I would have made the throw because the guy was right on him. Cook's not that fast. And it was a really far throw, and there was a safety sort of trailing over. So the guy tipped the ball. He tipped the ball up in the air, and the safety intercepted it. And that sort of led to the changing of the guard. Because at least you have Legatron. We're going to get 6 points. We're going to get 3 points out of that. It will be 7-6. The 49ers wound up taking the ball back, scoring on us. And it was an awkward play to score. That was another key play they scored on. It was a play where it was 3rd and short. Gore scored it through the hole, wound up getting a first down, so we thought. Fisher challenged that, and they reversed it and made it 4th and 1. Then Fisher called timeout, and then guess what happens? On 4th and 1. Everyone's up there in the line in the field. The safety comes down. I don't want to say it was McLeod, whatever his name is. Mick something. Mick doesn't need to be in the field. He took a poor angle because he went so towards the line of scrimmage when he should have came in flat and not full speed. Because I play safety, and what you want to do, you want to come in sort of flat and full speed. So if he does burst to the outside, you have a gear to get him because you don't want him to see everything you have. And Gore got through the line of scrimmage. The guy missed the tackle, and he wound up going in for a touchdown. And it wound up being 14-3. And that led to the end of the game for the Rams. Really, the end of the game was 14-3. Rams wind up losing, and that was the end of the game. Second half, it wasn't much more. Keeping a takeaway, Gore had 107 yards rushing at half. And that really concludes the game. To get into the stats, Bradford was 19 for 41, 202 yards. He was 46% accuracy. 4.9 yards. He was sacked 5 times. He threw 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble. He could have had a lot more interceptions. The 49ers dropped 2 interceptions that actually hit them in the hands. One actually, it was just a horrible play, and the guy just dropped it. It should have been a pick 6. Kaepernick was 15 for 23, 167 yards, 65% accuracy, 7.3 yards attack. He was sacked twice, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble for a loss. Rushing, like I said, Gore wound up rushing for, he had 20 rushes, 153 yards, along with 34, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. Kendall Hunter came in at 11 rushes, 49 yards, along with 29, 1 touchdown. The Rams, their rushing was 12 for 16, 1.3 average, along with 4, no touchdowns. And Cunningham, it doesn't really matter. They had no rushing attack. Receiving-wise, it wasn't nothing too big for the 49ers to spread around. For the Rams, Pettis was not being the best. He was 5 for 9, 59 yards, along with 11, 27 long. Givens was 4 for 8, 49 yards along, 20. Austin was 2 for 8, 6 yards, average 3. The 1 touchdown came to Lance Kendricks. The highlight of the game was a punter. I believe he punted the ball 11 times. Defensive-wise, Quinn had a sack in I believe it was the first quarter. Long and Jenkins might have getting 0.5 of sack. Defense did, I believe the defense did cause an interception. I'm not for sure. It doesn't really matter. No, they didn't. That summarizes the game right there in the sense. It's another game where the Rams didn't look too hot. Let's look at some big pictures with the Rams here. The Rams are now 1-3. During the game, the GM Les Snead publicly made a public comment that he would say that he would resign Bradford today if Bradford's team came to him and wanted to talk contract extensions. Why? I don't know. The team's not going to be the team at best will be a 500 team this year, which is 8-8 or whatever combination, throwing some weird ties or whatever. But do you really want to put all your money in on a team being 500? That's not winning. And who's to say that Arizona's not going to get any better? Seattle is they're 3-0, and the 49ers are obviously a better team. So we're at the bottom of the barrel. We're the third best team right now. We could be the fourth best team if Arizona wins. So we have to decide what's going to happen with Bradford. Look at our defense. Coming into the season, our defense was supposed to be our stronghold. This is what was going to set us. This is what was going to be the key part of the game, and the defense is not there. Between Chris Long, Quinn, Laurinaitis, Ogletree. Ogletree did have a good strip in this game. Actually, Laurinaitis did deflect a lot of passes, but I heard our commentary made a really good point. Uh, Deflecting a pass is not a good play. It's just okay play. A good or great play would be intercepting the ball. That was a good point. That was a good way to look at it. But you go into our secondary with Finnegan, Janoris Jenkins, the new safeties, and then one of the safeties, I believe they said he broke his leg. They say he's gonna be out for the season. So that's not a good thing. Where does defense go from here? What type of defense are we gonna be? Because you can't stop the run. You just can't stop the run, and don't think that you're gonna go on the road and you're not gonna see Marshawn Lynch or Frank Gore on the road. I mean, so you're gonna have to find a way to stop them. You're gonna have to find a way to stop the pass too. Kaepernick didn't even throw the ball that much, and he was giving us fits in the secondary. Next, what's going on for our offensive line? This was supposed to be the year we're bringing in Jake Long. I believe Satfold. I believe he was out in this game. I'm not for sure, but it was supposed to be. We have Wells at center. It was supposed to be a situation where our offensive line was no longer going to be an issue. That right there, it's still an issue. 5 sacks, didn't do anything. Bradford's getting pressured the whole game. He got a lot of passes tipped at the line of scrimmage. It was just a poor performance by them. Next, let's look at our running game. I don't feel that Richardson or P or probably even Cunningham are really NFL caliber backs. Now, who's saying they're not going to be third down backs? I don't know. But they're not the guys you need in your team to win a game. 18 yards total rushing. Now, going into this, I think we're ranked 25th. I don't know how we're not going to be higher. I don't know how we're not the worst rushing team in the league right now. And last but not least, our wide receivers. You're gonna have to help Bradford. You're gonna have to get over. You're gonna have to make these plays. And Givens is not progressing. He had a great first year for Rory Stratford, but coming to the second year, I even said I thought he'd be a top 10 wide receiver. That's not happening. Cook, they actually show a lot of plays where Cook looked really bad pass blocking or run blocking or whatever it was. His blocking was poor. He showed a lot of plays where he whiffed. He didn't help out. He looked like he didn't care. Cook, you're gonna have to step it up. And last but not least, Mr. Tavon Austin. You drafted number 8 overall. You're supposed to be one of the most explosive players in this draft. You've done nothing. You look out of place. You look too small on your punts. You're not going anywhere. And well, not last. That takes players. And then we had to go look at our coaching staff. What's going on with the coaching staff? Brian Schottenheimer, Walton, and Jeff Fisher. What are you guys doing? It's really 4 weeks. Every week you've been outplayed. You just happen to beat the Cardinals. But every week you've been outplayed. Defense has been exposed. No running game, no offense, no defense, no sense of urgency, no nothing. So, as a Rams fan, you're be picking top 10. At least Washington's not doing top, so we'll get that pick too. But what's going to happen? You already have Tavon Austin. You have Givens. I mean, what's going to happen? I guess that's it. At least end this. We have the Jags coming in at home. We should be able to beat them. I'll be at that game. And like I always say, have a good one. Thanks.